Hey, what's the deal, everybody? It's Mike with the Everything and More Store Show. And today, what I wanted to talk about was storage. Okay. Now, let's just say you're building up your inventory. You got maybe about 200, 500 items, something like that. Now, you're getting to the point where you can't just keep it in a small space at the room of your house or your closet or whatever. What do? So number one, it depends on what you're selling, obviously, right? So if you're just selling, like, let's just say you're over here, small perfumes and stuff like that, right? Cosmetics, whatever, right? Or it depends if you're selling like little perfume, different types of perfume bottles, big cosmetics, you know what I'm saying, hats, whatever it might be, right? Be that you're selling, you're gonna have to master like the storage of whatever it is that you're selling. So let's say, for example, right, you selling something a little bit bigger. Let's just say you're focusing on shoes and ski boots, right? Obviously, you're not going to just want to pile them in a, you know, some box and to where number one, you can't access them. Number two, it's going to mess up the condition of the shoes. You want to be sure that the item that the person receives after they purchase it is the same exact item in the same exact condition that they saw when they hit that buy it now button in the photo on eBay. You get what I'm saying? So this is important. You want to be sure. So the reason it kind of basically drew me to kind of like post this video is because I saw the perfume that I had opened and closed the drawer so many times that this little cheap plastic dresser that I put all the perfumes in for my store. I had opened and closed it so many times that the wrapper had just came off, you know, and then when you sell it, you gotta explain to the person like, "Hey, how's it going? I just want to let you know that the wrapper came off. This box still ain't been open. Hopefully, there's no problem. Blah 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 blah." And rightfully so. If that person wanted to return, even if you don't accept returns, you kind of would be obligated to accept that return, and it would be best that you don't even, you know, let it go to the point of disputing it because you're for sure gonna lose that one, right? So, um, it's just kind of important the way that you're storing things. You're gonna want to be sure that you gotta remember this is the type of gig where if you've been doing this so long and you've been like, the ins and outs, the rules, the loopholes, what maybe you could get away with, and then the stuff that you're not going to get away with. I promise you're not going to get away with having something in a condition different than it was. You get what I'm saying? I can't tell you that something is new and let me give you an example, right? Like, I can't tell you, right, that you can, let's just say I said, bam, Air Max, right? You gonna in this purchase you will receive one brand new pair of Air Max, Nike Air Max, blah blah blah, brand new. Obviously, it's clean, it's nice, blase blase, right? I can't tell you that you're gonna receive this, right? It's looking all nice and crisp and clean, and then when you open up the box, you get this. You feel what I'm saying? Like that. That's a no-no, and you're guaranteed to lose. When you've been doing this a while, and you have like you should know, like, once you've been doing it for long enough and you've had enough experience in this, you've answered the questions, you've responded to claims, you've accepted or not accepted returns, blase blase. At that point, you should know what you're supposed to do and what you're not supposed to do, what you could maybe possibly get away with, and the stuff that you're not going to get away with for sure. 100% you're for sure you're not going to get away with sending somebody something different than what it is that they purchased, right? You can't, you know, you can't send them a do-rag if you told them you're going to send them a New York Yankees hat. Like, it's just like, nah, you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Now, you could work with the person. Like, let's say, for example, there was some damage to the item or whatever. Maybe you could work a discount. Maybe you could tell them, I usually don't accept returns, but in this case, I will accept returns. I just want to let you know, blah, blah, blah. That's why communication is best. And that's why it's also good to be friendly to your customers from start to finish. Be accommodating. Be courteous to them. Show them a good amount of customer service, right? Because at the end of the day, we're all in America, so everybody pretty much who's doing any of this eBay e-commerce type of stuff for reselling purposes, right? So let's say, for example, as Americans, how we understand it, right, is the customer's right, like, I mean, within reason. So let's say, for example, you walk into any type of restaurant, wherever your local area, you walk into whatever the restaurant is, right? And then they're super rude. Well, yeah, just sit down, fine, whatever. They're rude, they're disrespectful, whatever. Seems like automatically, because we're used to like, damn, ain't no customer service or nothing. And then, of course, why would you go there again when you could just go across the street to whatever the restaurant is, and they're cool, they're friendly, they give you what you need, they give you the service, they give you the smile, the whatever. You get what I'm saying? So my point is that obviously someone's not going to keep shopping with you if you're a dirtbag and you treat them in a way that they should not be treated. The customer service is important. That's why it's important from the very beginning to deal with your customers in a respectable, courteous, service orientated way. Once you do that, you're off to a good start. So if maybe even if you was wrong, if something happened, let's say for example, like in my situation, the wrapper it's already ready to ship, but the wrapper had came off a bottle of Victoria's Secret perfume. You know what I'm saying? Still brand new, but the wrapper had came off, opening and closing the drawer so many times. So being that I'm courteous from the beginning to the end, it should be, hey, listen, just so you know, the wrapper came off. If there's any, I don't usually accept returns, but if there's any type of issue, please feel free to reach out. Blah, blah, blah. I will work with you. But I mean, what's the worst case scenario? Maybe you give them $5 back or something. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're at a good start when you're using customer service at all times. You know what I'm saying? When you're trying to don't get me wrong, as an e-commerce specialist or a reseller, whatever you want to call it, there's a lot of corners that you can cut, but treating customers good is not one of them. You can't cut that corner. That's one of the things that's going to always catch up to you. And even though, like, let's say, for example, Bismillah. Let's say, for example, right? Let's say, even though bad feedback, it doesn't affect your seller performance, right? It will for sure affect, if you got too much bad feedback, like you got 1, 2, let's say me, I got 400 some odd, whatever, good feedback, right? At this point. So if I had 1, 2, 3, maybe even like 5, like bad feedback, whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's unexpected. If I had like 50 or 100, like, come on. You, as a buyer, you're going to look at that anytime. Let me just show you what I do, right? As a buyer, right? Anytime someone tries to buy something and they send an offer, that's the first thing I do is look at their feedback. See how many bad. I mean, and you know what the worst part about it is, like, okay, look. Good. I don't know if you ever heard the phrase, the saying, bad news travels faster than good news. You get what I'm saying? People, they don't always want to hear the good, they want to hear the bad. And I ain't even gonna lie, bro. When someone offers me something, I go to the feedback. They can have 500 good feedback, 1 bad. I'm gonna read the bad. You get what I'm saying? I'm gonna click on that. I'm gonna read the bad. Whatever it was said. If it was something that's a little bit like whatever, that could have me. Whatever. You know what I mean? But even if it's 500 good and 1 whatever, I still will accept it. But it's just, if you have like 1 good, 1 bad, like, and you click it, it says something like along the lines of, doesn't pay, doesn't like to pay, then that's when I'll be like, oh man, that's food. I don't know if I'm accept or not accept, because I don't feel like the item just being on hold, basically it's on layaway without you dropping any money on the item, and that's not gonna work on my watch. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's another thing. Well, I'll make another video about that another time, about payment and stuff like that. But anyway, my point is, I don't want to take too much of your time. It's still early. I got a lot of stuff to do today. But my point is that you want to store your items right so you don't have these types of problems. Your shoes, you don't want to put them in nice racks, okay? So let's say you're going to want to put your shoes in nice racks. If it's available, you're going to want to put your shoes in boxes. You get what I'm saying? You're going to want to put, obviously, your boots in something that's not going to crush them. You get what I'm saying? You're going to want to put your, whatever your cleaning supplies might be in something that's not going to break, crush, whatever. you're gonna want to put perfume in a box that's not gonna, you know what I'm saying? Nothing's gonna happen to it. Cosmetics, small jewelry, stuff like that. You're gonna want to put everything so that way, when something happens or when you're, you know, whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's covered. You're good. The item will remain the same. One of the biggest ones is hats, actually. Okay, so I'm actually gonna make another video about that because that is independently could be a video by itself. But hats are important. The storage of hats is very important. Anyway, store your items right. Be cool to your customers. You know what I'm saying? That way, if anything does go wrong, it's easier to clean up a mess when the house is clean than to clean up a mess when the house is dirty. You get what I'm saying? So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video and benefited off it in some way. If you did, please comment, like, and subscribe. Thanks for viewing my video. Y'all have a good day. Salute. I'm out.